Dreamers, we are so excited about today's video. You guys know we love Disney cruises. Well, today's video is all about Disney cruise tips, tricks, and hacks. Are you dreaming about a Disney cruise or do you have one booked already? This video is for you. You guys ready? Let's first talk about booking your Disney cruise. We wanted to talk a little bit about some tips and tricks and hacks before you even book your Disney cruise. One of our favorite ways to enjoy a Disney cruise vacation, if you're flying into Florida, is booking a land and sea package. If you're planning a Disney World and Disney cruise combo, plan your Disney World vacation first. Disney World is a lot faster paced and a little bit crazier. That way you can relax and enjoy your Disney cruise to end your land and sea package. Let's get into the best prices. We are asked daily, when is the best time to cruise for price? The best time is always September, but this is also a hurricane season. If you do want to save money though, this is the time to cruise. You'll find some incredible deals in September. However, because it is hurricane season, you probably are going to want to add trip insurance just for that added protection onto your Disney cruise vacation. If September is not a good time, another great time to visit is January. It's a little bit colder to swim, but January is also another fantastic time to take a Disney cruise vacation. Now, when is the best time to cruise for crowds? Now, the cruise ships are limited on the number of guests. However, those larger cruise ships, the Fantasy and the Dream, do still accommodate a lot of people. Best time to avoid the crowds is to cruise when the kids are in school. Now, of course, that may be tough because you're pulling the kids out of school to take a Disney cruise, but that is the best way to avoid the crowds on a Disney cruise. Let's talk about a few things that you should do before your Disney cruise. Now, the great news at Disney Cruise Vacation is very relaxing. There's not a lot of things that you do need to pre-book or you miss out. However, there still are a few things you do want to book before your Disney cruise. So let's jump in with some things that you want to pre-book. The first thing you're going to want to pre-book are your shore excursions, or as Disney Cruise calls them, your port adventures. During a Disney cruise, you will stop at different ports of call. These are different islands, different countries where you can get off the ship and experience a country or the island. You can do this by yourself, where you can just kind of wander around, or you can book a shore excursion. We love booking shore excursions. It is such a simple, stress-free experience. When you book them with Disney Cruise, Disney handles everything. You'll actually meet on board the ship and you'll all walk together with a crew member off the ship and directly to your transportation or to your port adventure. Another reservation that you're going to want to book before you get on board the Disney cruise ship is PALO or Remy. PALO is an Italian-themed restaurant and Remy is a French-inspired restaurant. Both of these do book up early. If you're unable to book a reservation with PALO or Remy online, don't worry. Once you board the ship, you can go see the dining manager to book your reservation. Another reservation you're going to want to pre-book is the Senses Spa and Salon. If you're thinking about pampering yourself on your Disney cruise vacation, you will want to make a reservation for Senses Spa or Salon. Both of these do book up early. Let's talk a little bit about online check-in. Disney Cruise offers an opportunity to check in online before your cruise. Now, you still have to check in at the port once you arrive, but you can get a few things done with the online check-in before your cruise. One of my favorite things is scheduling your boarding time. When you check in online, it allows you to select your boarding time. I always prefer to get the earliest boarding time. When you get an earlier boarding time, this means you actually get on the ship before everybody else. You can dine at one of the sit-down restaurants versus the crowded buffet, or this will give you an opportunity to have lunch and then maybe hop in the pool before it gets crowded. Always try to get as early a boarding time as possible. Another thing you can do with online check-in is register for children programming. This actually just takes a few minutes to do online. You'll set up a few parameters, including your password to pick up your kids. It only takes a few minutes, but it does save time once you board the ship. So go ahead and just take a few minutes and set up your children for children programming. You'll also want to book select character meet and greet. Most of the character meet and greets, you just walk up and you see the characters. However, there are a few more popular character meet and greets like Anna and Elsa and the Princess Gathering. These do require advanced reservations. You can book them online during your online check-in, or you can wait until you board the ship to make these reservations. There's a few other things you want to do before your Disney Cruise vacation. One of these things is download the Disney Cruise Navigator app. This app is amazing. We love it. You actually just add it right to your smartphone and it's free. This app will allow you to see all of the different excursions, you can see the different decks, all of the activities, and you can use the chat option to chat with other family members during your cruise. It's a great resource during your Disney Cruise vacation. Let's talk about packing. We know you are already concerned that you're going to forget something on your Disney cruise. Check out the Eye in the Sky. You can actually print a list of everything we pack for a Disney cruise vacation. Before you leave, you're going to want to call your bank or credit card company. Now, Disney does not accept cash or credit cards on board. Everything is charged to your Key to the World card. So make sure you call your bank or credit card company to let them know that you're traveling. When booking your flights for a Disney cruise vacation, we always recommend flying into the port city no later than 10 a.m. in the morning and flying home after 2 p.m. This gives you plenty of time to arrive and leave just in case something happens. We actually prefer to arrive the day before a cruise. You never know what could happen with airlines or weather, so it's nice to actually get to the city a day before you actually cruise. It gives you a little bit more wiggle room. If you're cruising out of Port Canaveral, why not come a few days earlier to enjoy Disney World before your Disney cruise vacation? You can even add transfers right to your Disney cruise package, and they'll pick you up at your Disney resort and take you to your Disney cruise. So why not come a day or two before your cruise and enjoy some vacation time at Disney World? Before your Disney cruise vacation, Disney will actually mail you a package that includes your luggage tags. You'll want to put these luggage tags on any of your checked luggage. Once you get to the port, you're going to actually check your luggage and you won't see them again until later in that day when you're in your stateroom. Make sure that you have those luggage tags on your luggage. Now, if you did not get your package documents, do not worry. Once you drop off your luggage with the porter, you can actually just give them your stateroom number and they have luggage tags for you. On a Disney cruise, you are leaving the country. With that in mind, you do need to have proper documentation. We highly recommend passports. If something happens during your cruise and you have to fly home, you need that passport to re-enter the United States. So just be safe and have those passports. If you don't have time, Disney will accept an original birth certificate for kids and an original birth certificate and a government picture ID for adults. Let's talk about the first day of your Disney cruise. This is so exciting! Bon voyage! It's time for your Disney cruise. All right, let's first talk about your luggage. When you arrive to the Disney cruise terminal, you will drop off your luggage with the porter. So with that in mind, be sure you bring cash, $1 to $3 per piece of luggage to tip the porter. From that point, your luggage will magically show up outside your Disney cruise stateroom later that day. After you drop off your luggage, your next step is to check in at the Disney Cruise Terminal. You will go through a security checkpoint very similar to the TSA security that you'll go through at the airport. After you go through that security, you're going to check in for your Disney Cruise vacation. Let's talk about the process after you check in. Once you've checked in, they'll start calling boarding numbers. You and your family are going to go through that big yellow Mickey ear. And then you're going to use your key to the world card to get access onto the ship. You'll have a quick little stop if you want to get some pictures from the Disney photographers. And then you go to the welcome aboard. This is one of my favorite parts of a Disney cruise vacation, where they're actually going to welcome you on board.
Good. What was your family name? The Jones Family Travels.
Yes.
All right, ready to start your cruise?
We are.
Is this my best angle? Disney Dream, please welcome aboard Jones Family Travels.
For the first day on your Disney cruise, we recommend a day bag. There could be several hours before you actually get your luggage in your stateroom. So be sure you pack your medicines, swimsuit, sunblock, and any essentials for the first few hours of your Disney cruise. Let's talk a little bit more about your stateroom and luggage. On the first day of your Disney cruise, you actually will not be able to get into your stateroom until after 1 p.m. And then your luggage will magically show up between 1 and it could be as late as dinner time. So it could be several hours before you get your luggage. The power in your room is controlled with the key to the world card. When you get into your room, you'll want to put one of the key to the world cards in the slot by the door. This will turn on your lights and power your room. Once you get your luggage, go ahead and unpack. The staterooms on board the Disney cruise ships are fairly small, so go ahead and free up some of that space in your room by unpacking. You can hang items in your closet or put them in the dressers, and there's even storage underneath the bed. If you watch Jones Family Travels, we're always raving about Downy Wrinkle Releaser on our travels. This is especially important on cruise vacations because you don't have an iron in your room. Be sure you bring an extension cord. The staterooms have very few outlets. We always bring an extension cord with multiple outlets. That way, all of our devices have an outlet to charge. Don't worry about packing your hairdryer. Go ahead and leave that at home. Disney does provide a hairdryer in all the staterooms, and it's actually a really good hairdryer. We're getting into the fun of a Disney cruise, but there are a few things you want to be aware of as soon as you get on board. One of the first things you want to do is meet with the dining manager. If you are not able to book PALO or Remy, or you're not happy with your dining rotation or time, make sure you stop by and talk with the dining manager. The dining manager is always available on the first day of the cruise to make any enhancements to your cruise vacation. You're going to want to go check in with the children programming. You'll spend just a few minutes to check the kids into the children programming. For the Oceaneer Lab and Club, the kids will actually need to get Disney Cruise Magic Bands. For the Teen and Tween Club, they just check in with the counselor. Super simple. If you are not able to pre-book any shore excursions, you may want to book those once you board the ship. You'll have plenty of time to book these anytime during the first day of your cruise. It doesn't have to be right when you board, but be sure on your first day you go ahead and get all those port adventures and shore excursions booked. If you want to book a Bippity Boppity Boutique experience or the Pirate League on Pirate Night, you'll want to stop by or call to book your reservations. Finally, the spa or salon treatments at Senses Spa. If you're planning on spending some time in the spa or salon during your cruise, you can stop by the open house. This is usually held on the first day of your cruise. You can even take a tour to see if it's a good fit for your vacation. Or you can also pick up the phone from your stateroom and call to make a reservation. Let's talk about getting around the Disney cruise ships. The Disney cruise ships are huge, especially the Fantasy and the Dream, and it can get very confusing. There's several decks. I like to just wander around on the first day of the cruise. We have a few little tips to help you navigate around the Disney cruise ships. First off, look towards the stars on the carpet. The top or the tip of the stars will always point forward to the front of the ship. If you look at the stars on the lights, you can look at the ceiling for directions as well. With the circle lights, look for the lines in the lights. The point of the lights will always point you to the front of the ship. So now you know how to get to the front of the ship and to get to the back of the ship. How about the left and the right? You'll hear the Disney crew talk about port and starboard. These are the left and the right sides of the ship. If you look at the doors next to every door on board the Disney cruise ship, you will see a fish and a seahorse. Fish is spelled with 4 letters. F-I-S-H. That's how you know you're on the port side, because port has 4 letters, P-O-R-T. So keep that in mind. If you see the fish, you're on the port side. I hope these little tips will help you navigate around the Disney cruise ship. Let's get on to the fun, or shall we say bon voyage. We are leaving to set sail on our cruise. One of the highlights of any Disney cruise vacation is the sailing away or the kickoff party. It is so much fun. You are going to sing and dance. You'll see those fun Disney characters. There's 2 different levels to watch the party. You can be on the ground level where the stage is located, but we always prefer the upper deck. You get a much better view of the characters and all the action. Finally, you are heading out to sea. We love going to the front of the ship after the sailing away party to watch the land disappear into water. You may even get lucky and see some dolphins. Be sure you turn your phone off or put it in airplane mode as soon as you leave land. Which that brings us to secrets to using electronics on your cruise. Let's jump right into cell phones. As I just said, turn your phone off or put it in airplane mode. This is super important. We had a YouTuber friend that racked up an insane bill when she went on a cruise. She didn't realize that she needed to put her phone in airplane mode, and she was getting international roaming charges. The Disney cruise ships do have Wi-Fi service in your stateroom and throughout the ship. Another great electronic is wave phones. This is a free service on board the Disney cruise ships. In your stateroom, you will have 2 wave phones. This allows you to communicate with other family members not only on the ship, but you can do it at Castaway Cay as well. One of my favorite parts of a Disney cruise vacation is eating. Many great opportunities for food, for ice cream, for shows on board a Disney cruise. Now let's talk about the dining experience each evening. Disney has something that they call rotational dining. This is one of my favorite parts of a Disney cruise vacation. You will rotate the restaurants on board the Disney cruise, so you'll get a different dining experience and restaurant. The great news is that your servers will come with you. This means your server will have your drink ready to go on day 3 or 4, and they will know how you like your steak cooked. This makes the dining experience so amazing. Room service is included on the Disney cruise ships. There are a few things on the menu that may be an extra small fee, but almost everything is included. We love taking advantage of room service on busier port days. When we get back to the stateroom, we can just relax and have dinner in our stateroom. Food, food, and more food. You will have so many dining opportunities on board the Disney cruise ships, and almost everything is included with your cruise. The only big exception is PALO and Remy. These are both signature restaurants that do charge a sitting fee. You can look in the navigator that's delivered to your stateroom every day for all of the restaurants. Be sure you pack a Yeti or a Tervis cup or a water bottle for your cruise. You have unlimited beverages at the beverage station by the pool and on Castaway Cay. This includes coffee, tea, milk, and Coca-Cola products. They do have small cups at the beverage station, but we like to bring our own larger cups. We fill them up and then we can take it to the movies or to the theater or even when we're hanging out by the pool. Don't forget about unlimited ice cream. Yes, I did say unlimited ice cream. We have ice cream for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, for afternoon snacks. You can have ice cream on board the Disney cruise ships, and again at Castaway Cay, you get unlimited ice cream. They do have ice cream cones, but you can also pick up a cup from the beverage station to use instead if you want a little bit more, or if you want to make an ice cream float. You will have so much fun having endless ice cream on your cruise. Are you celebrating during your cruise? Are you celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, or even a huge milestone? Just let your server know on the first night of the cruise. They will be happy to celebrate right along with you. PALO and Remy are the two signature restaurants that are adult-only restaurants on board the Disney cruise ships. We get a lot of questions about the sitting fee for these two restaurants. The sitting fee is automatically charged to your stateroom after your dinner. The sitting fee actually covers your gratuities at the restaurant. You're welcome to pay a little bit more in gratuity if you feel like you need to, but rest assured that that sitting fee that you pay actually is the gratuities for the servers for your dining experience. Are you like Tim and myself and love coffee in the morning? There is not a coffee maker in your room. If you do want coffee in the morning, you'll have to go to the restaurant or to the beverage station to get coffee. We actually recommend using the quick room service menu to order coffee in the morning. That way when you wake up, it's delivered to your room and for no charge. Let's grab those swimsuits and hit the pool and the water slides. There is so much fun on board the Disney cruise ships for kids of all ages. They have little splash parks for the younger kids. They have a Mickey slide. They have the Aqua Duck, and for thrill seekers, the Aqua Dunk. So much fun on board. Let's first talk about the Aqua Duck and the Aqua Dunk. These two super popular water slides are a lot of fun for the whole family. However, the lines can get pretty long. We love hitting the pools in the afternoon on Castaway Cay Day. Most people spend the entire day on the island. We usually leave Castaway Cay around 2 p.m. and head right to the pool once we board the ship. The pool's usually empty, so we can ride the water slide over and over and over again without a wait. On the Bahamas and the Caribbean cruises, Disney hosts an amazing night called Pirate Night. Arg! This night is filled with so many activities and character meet and greets and even fireworks at sea. On Pirate Night, the crew and a lot of guests actually dress up. You can easily create a costume with a white t-shirt, black pants, and a red sash. It's an inexpensive way to dress up for pirate night. You can also do the Pirate League. This activity is for kids and adults, and they'll actually make you over into a pirate. The younger kids can even get a costume as well. It's a really fun way to kind of kick off pirate night. Pirate night, they will have a special dinner during your normal sit-down meal. But if you are still hungry, they'll also have an extra buffet that night, right after the fireworks. And oh yeah, did I mention fireworks at sea? Leave it to Disney to create an epic way to celebrate Pirate Night. It starts off with a show on the stage by the pool with your favorite Disney characters and a few pirate villains, and then ends with a spectacular display of fireworks at sea. I am ready to relax on Castaway Cay. On the Bahamas and the Caribbean cruises, Disney stops by their own private island called Castaway Cay. We love Castaway Cay. In our family, this is our favorite port of call. On Castaway Cay, Disney has children programming for the kids, for the teens, and for the tweens. This means you can drop off the kids, they can play and have fun with other kids, and the adults, well, we can relax. Disney has their own private section of the island called Serenity Bay. This area is only for adults. It's relaxing and quiet. You can even enjoy lunch at Serenity Bay. And a little tip, make sure you wander into the water. There are a lot of beautiful starfish in this section. Run Disney does have a run called the Castaway Cay 5K as part of the Run Disney lineup. This is a fun little run around the island, and you get a medal at the end. If you're a runner, this is a must-do during your Disney cruise. On Castaway Cay, you'll get the chance to have one of the best barbecue lunches. The fantastic news? It's included with the price of your cruise, so leave your wallet in your room. You can enjoy ribs, hamburgers, hot dogs, fish, corn on the cob, and so much more. We always love getting the huge cookies and making the epic ice cream sandwich. In addition, the beverage stations at Cookies and Cookies 2 are open all day, so you can pop in to get a water or a Coke while you're enjoying your day at Castaway Cay. As you know, the Jones family loves Mickey Mail. Castaway Cay actually has a post office. You can bring a postcard from home and mail it from the Bahamas. This is really fun for the kids to get home and get their own postcard from their travels. You can purchase stamps at the Castaway Cay post office, but be sure you bring cash. Let's talk about just fun tips during a Disney cruise. Let's start with pin trading. Disney takes pin trading on the Disney cruise ships to a whole new level. They have several nights on board the Disney cruises devoted to pin trading with the officers. Do you love Pepe from the Muppets? Well, on the Fantasy and the Dream, they have an activity called the Midship Detective Agency. This is a must-do for the Jones family. Our kids love this activity. One of the hunts during the Midship Detective Agency is to a stateroom for Pepe from the Muppets. On Pepe's door, there's a phone number. Do you know what happens when you actually call the phone number?
You have reached Pepe the King Prawn. If you are looking for a clue, I'm sorry, okay? I'm clueless. But to hear Pepe's joke of the day, press 1. To hear my advice on the dates, press 2. To hear me woo you,
Advice on a date?
To hear Pepe's proverbs, press 4. To hear your fortune of the day, press 5. To hear my tips for the ship, press 6. To hear my favorite things, press 7.
Well, let me say, it's a lot of fun. You can actually call from your stateroom on the wave phone and call Pepe. This is definitely one of those little hidden activities that your kids are going to love. One of our favorite activities on board the Disney cruise ships is the Till We Meet Again party. And it actually goes by a couple different names, but really it's the last character gathering on board the Disney cruise ship. It's held on the last day of the cruise and usually in the evening hours after dinner. It's a little show and then you have a few minutes where the characters come out in the audience for pictures and autographs. I love the show. It's such a great way to end your Disney cruise vacation. The kids really don't go. They hang out in children programming, but I still go as an adult just to go see the show and then meet the characters for the last time.
Now I want you to go nuts and go crazy as we welcome Chip and Dale. Now I need you to help me welcome the diva of the 7 seas, Miss Daisy Duck. Daisy, looking fabulous as always. I know he's number 1. You know he's number 1. Let's hear it for Donald Duck. Now I know her as the first lady of the Disney Dream, but you know her for her hugs and kisses. It's Minnie Mouse. Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Please help me welcome Captain Mickey Mouse. Captain, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Disney hosts some amazing Broadway-style shows on board the Disney cruise ships. They have an early and a late show that corresponds with your dining time. That means if you have a main dining time, you'll see the second Broadway show. If you have a second dining time, you'll see the main Broadway show. However, sometimes it's still tough to make a show. You can still watch them from your stateroom TV. But these are definitely a must-see during your Disney cruise vacation. Some of the best spots for watching sunsets are on the lower decks like Deck 4 and Deck 5 on the Disney cruise ships. This is usually where the running track is located. This is a nice quiet area where you can go out and sit and enjoy the sunset. So take an evening and just relax and enjoy the view. If you're a fan of hidden Mickeys, look for them on all of the Disney cruise ships. They are everywhere. Did you know that your stateroom door is made of metal? This means you can add magnets right to your door. As you walk around the cruise ship, you'll see that a lot of guests actually do decorate their door, and you can just use magnets to do that. Well, it is the last night on board the Disney cruise. I know that this is the sad part of any Disney cruise vacation.
I'm kind of stuck in here.
There's a couple things for you to be aware of on the last day of your cruise. First off, you need to return the children programming band. The Disney Cruise Magic Bands are fun, but they're only for a Disney cruise. You're not able to use them at Disney World. So unless you want to keep them as a souvenir and pay for them, you're going to need to return them to children programming on the last night. Your photos. The Disney photographers will be taking amazing photos of your family all cruise long. On that last night of your Disney cruise, if you haven't purchased your photos, make sure you stop by Shutters to order any photos that you want from your Disney cruise vacation. On the last night of your cruise, Disney will ask you to leave your suitcases outside the stateroom door. The stateroom host will pick up your luggage and you will not see it again until you pick it up at customs the following day. The stateroom host will leave luggage tags in your room. Make sure you bring a pen and fill out the luggage tags to put on your suitcases. And don't forget the character on your luggage tag. Our luggage is Tinkerbell, so when we go into customs, we're going to look for the Tinkerbell section to find our luggage. On the last day, everything is closed, so be sure you pop into the merchandise shops the day before you get off the cruise ships for any last-minute amazing Disney cruise merchandise, like photo albums and stuffed animals and those Dooney and Bourke purses. Let's talk about the last day of your cruise. You will have a set breakfast time on the last day of your cruise. And be warned, it will be early. If you have main dining, it's very early. So what restaurant will you be dining at for the last day of your cruise? If you are at Tiana's for dinner the night before, that means you're going to be at Tiana's for your See You Real Soon breakfast. It's the same location as your dinner the night before. When you leave your room for breakfast, you're actually not coming back. This means you're going to want to grab your stateroom account. Be sure you take the time and review your stateroom account. If you have any questions, you're going to want to swing by guest relations before you get off the ship. Make sure you also have your Key to the World card. You will need the Key to the World card to actually get off the ship. If you had an amazing Disney cruise or had a special guest experience during your cruise, make sure you include them in the evaluation. And you can actually drop off your evaluation right outside the restaurant. Once you get off the ship, you will go through customs. This means you'll pick up your checked luggage and go through customs. If you need help with your luggage, they will have porters ready to help you. So make sure you have cash handy ready to go. What did you guys think? Did you enjoy our Disney cruise tips, tricks, and hacks? If you did, give us a thumbs up and make sure you click that red subscribe button so you can join us on our next adventure. Keep on dreaming and we will see you then. Bye! Love you all.